If you want to learn how to trade just like me, join the community, click the private Discord link, sign up through this membership level, and you will gain access to weekly group mentorship calls for free. Finally, the moment that we've been waiting for, everyone, Trias breaking that $4.25 level, which is the 786 fib. This is what was keeping Trias bearish. Even before there was a FUD event that KuCoin would potentially delist it, we had this big pump up into this area, which is also a golden pocket. So we know that we need to break through it to create the reversal wave to actually head up to price targets as high as $7. In fact, we could even be going as higher than this, but I wouldn't be looking too past $7.40 for now, maybe the $8 mark. But we do have some future targets up at $12 and $14. Let's worry about that as it comes. But you could now say in these video updates that on the break of this $4.50 level, it's the final go signal that we will be in targets up as high as $14. But again, let's worry about the closer targets. I think between the $7 to $8 area is $8.50 area is going to be significant. We're going to analyze all of this today, even the bearish scenario in case we don't actually maintain these newly broken resistances now as support. So please stay tuned. Help me achieve 7,000 subscribers. We're almost there, everyone. So if you could share these updates, like, subscribe and comment, that really shows YouTube that you're enjoying these updates and gets these videos out to more like-minded people like yourselves. Now, with Trias, we were maintaining bearish while underneath this point. Going back to that KuCoin FUD event, we had this big pump up into the resistance. It looked like a breakout during that day, but very quickly, sorry if you can hear my dog, I've just brought my setup with my microphone down to the living room because I can't be asked to go in the office today. But we were essentially staying bearish because we had this big wick rejection, and we had a target down at $2.50 being met very nicely down over here. But we were maintaining the bearish bias as long as we stay below this resistance. We then had our KuCoin FUD event right over here, so we didn't even need the FUD event to know that it was going down. We already knew it was going down. We already had a technical target at $2.50, so this just kick-started this and got us meeting the target a lot quicker, essentially, that FUD event. So you don't really need the news because we already had technical targets on the chart, and then that our suggestion was down there. Now, I'm just not really remembering where I got the target from. Yeah, it was about from this high, this low to this high, giving us the $2.51 mark over here, which we can see was nicely respected as support. And with that, we're completing these sets of targets. There's a possibility of this being met as long as we maintain below this point. So that's the same with up here. We can see that we met the 1272 all the way to the 1618 on this bearish breakdown loss of this low. And it's equally the same proposition the opposite way, where this is the high, and when that is broken, we will meet these three sets of targets here between $5.80, $6.50 and $7.40. However, there are higher up targets between $9 and $12, even as high as $14 as we saw previously to the right at the beginning of this update. But again, as I showed you with the last example, it stopped at the 1618 and reversed. And to keep those higher up targets valid of $12 and $14, even higher than that, all you now need to do is we could come up to these targets. All you need to do is maintain above where we're now seeing the moving averages. So we could have this huge pump to almost $8, and you could come crashing back down. As long as you stay above this, we will then eventually go up to the next targets higher. That's what I'm trying to get at. But the difference with what happened down here when we came down and we met the 1618 is that we got the reversal. Can you see it tapped it very nicely over here, and we caught the reversal, which then eventually broke through the golden pocket, and that's what's invalidating these lower down targets. So that's what we were actually waiting for down there, as long as this brick wall is being maintained. But now that it has been broken, we're looking on a bullish path. However, I must say that we could go back on that bearish path. All you now need to do is come back underneath, confirm it as resistance, and lose the moving averages, and then we will go on that path back down. But we're seeing the early early bullish signs that we're looking to break out. $4.50 is a psychological level, as well as $5. So there's a new level of resistance. What I'm going to do now is going to actually move this down to the golden pocket, so we now know that this is the level that we must maintain. So draw this in your chart between $3.50 and $3.90, knowing that we have to hold above this, and the next level of resistance that must be broken is between $4.50 and $5. So I'm just going to drag that up to $5. There you go. Psychological levels are now our resistance points. So if we do stay within this range over the next days, if we do break out, incredible. We know we're just going to head to our targets. If we now get stuck within this range over the next days, we could be doing something like this and waiting for a range break. As we are above the moving averages, as we've broken above the resistance, our golden pocket, again guys, every time we came up into this area, we knew that we were looking for dumps. It was at this moment, the most recent rejection, we were above the moving averages. You were over here as well, but we actually came down, confirmed them as support, and actually continued high. On the other occasions, we fell through the support over here, and this one we reclaimed them. Amazing. Now we're looking to break this resistance. We came down. We did actually get a hold of this, but we again failed to break the resistance. That was the big telltale sign for me to tell you we're going down to $2.50, and we got that rejection where we got back above, eventually holding its support over here, giving us another opportunity to break out, another failure. But as we made a high low and we're holding the moving averages, we will eventually break through. And all that we're now waiting for. We can say the reversal wave has been created, but can we now confirm it? If we now see this rejection, we just need to maintain above where the 55 moving average is on the 0.5 Fibonacci, $3.50, another psychological level. If we were to get rejected, that's where it needs to hold. It doesn't necessarily need to go down to there. That's just the lowest support that we must find. There are higher supports here at the $3.80, $3.90 area. And all we need to now see is a break of $5, and we're going to get pulled like a magnet, everyone, into these targets. It's going to be great. Up ahead, I've already loaded up on my Trias bag, so I'm very happy with what I've got leading into this next run up over here, where we could be expecting gains anywhere between the gain of 32 to 65%, just as our first set to targets. Remember, at this point, let's say we do get rejected here, it's more likely than not that we are looking for support above this point. But all we need to do is maintain above it, so we could find support on the 1272 just like this and continue higher, or we have a bigger dump into the 1 fib level, continue higher. The worst case scenario, and keeping it bullish, would be coming down to here and then continuing higher. When we do start getting rejected, so let's say we do get to these targets, when I do see some bearish signals, I will be here to update you guys, say, okay, Trias has now topped out. I'm expecting the 1 fib level to hold. There'll be a golden pocket here, or just the 1272, which could bring a dead cat bounce that eventually takes us back down to here. But I'm going to be here along the way. There's too many paths to explain right now, but the main thing is that if we break this resistance level, these are the targets, and we could be looking at much higher price targets in the future as well, all becoming valid simply because we broke out of this resistance over here that just kept on sending us lower. Yeah, we caught support, but eventually lost it, confirmed it as resistance, continued lower, and as we were just consistently holding above the moving averages in this area, this is what's led to the breakout. Now that the reversal has been created, confirm it as support, break out, meet these targets, come back to here and hopefully break out. We don't really want a lower high to come back down to here, where we could then have another lower high and then break and then validate those $2 bearish targets again. But on a technicality, you could come down to there. We just need to break through this point again, confirm its support, and head up, maybe an inverse head and shoulders if that were to happen. But it's too far into the future. We need to take it as it comes. Look at the structures. It's all well and all predicting the movements down. But again, guys, if we come up into these targets, you just need to maintain this area, and then we will eventually continue high. That can mean you just come down to here and we continue high. But the lowest point is this level of $3.50. Mark that into your chart. Make sure you're aware. This is the point that's now keeping us bullish at $3.50. And so the expectation is that while holding above $3.50, we will see $12 to $14. This is going to be an incredible gain from today's current price of 180 to 200%. So maybe you might see that in the title, but please understand it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a month. Could happen in a month, but I'm not giving dates on targets. Just that hold above $3.50, and eventually in the future, could take loads of months, could be a week. I really doubt, but it's going to take some months to get up there, and all we need to do is hold above that bullish level of support now, $3.50. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. And I've got a lot of education out at the moment if you want to get educated and learn how to read the charts exactly like me, so you're not having to wait for the next Trias update and not really knowing what is going on. Listen to this for more information, and use the links in the description below to actually ask further questions on Twitter or take action. If any of you are interested in learning how to trade just like me, there's multiple options. Click this ebook. It covers all the strategies that I use in these YouTube updates, so you will have all the same skills. Covers the Japanese candlestick, chart patterns, support and resistance, why I use EMAs over trend lines, Fibonacci's, divergences, and again, using these all together to profit using them. I've also got a discount on my course at the moment, which ends at the end of this month. So that's down to £100. You also gain free access to my Discord community for the next 3 months, where you can expect to be a part of 12 to 24 group mentorship calls. If you want something that's a bit more personalized to your needs, then join my one-to-one mentorship plan. You can choose 5 or 10 hours of my one-to-one help, and included will be the 3 months free in the community, as well as my 6-hour long video course.